Hello, boys and girls. I know that for the past year you have been getting ready to make your first Holy Communion. Your parents and teachers have helped you to get ready for that wonderful day, and you looked forward to it. Sadly, the coronavirus has made many people sick, and we need to protect ourselves and the people we love. So you haven't been able to go to school or church or do many of the things that you like to do. This also means your first Holy Communion will happen later than you thought. I'm sure that you are disappointed, and I am disappointed too, that you have to wait a little while longer before your first Holy Communion. But I want to encourage you to see these days of waiting as a chance to get ready in an even better way to receive Jesus in His sacrament of the Eucharist. To help you do that, I want to share a story from the Bible with you. It's a story about a little boy about your age that came to Jesus when Jesus needed help to feed many people. This story is in the Gospel of John. A large crowd was following Jesus. He was teaching them about the kingdom of God. They were in a place where there were very few homes and no stores. The people were hungry, and Jesus wanted to give them something to eat. Jesus' friends, his disciples, told him that they didn't have enough money to buy enough food, and besides, they didn't know where they could buy it. Andrew told Jesus that there was a little boy who, maybe with his sister, was willing to give all that he had to help feed the people, 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. How could that feed a couple of thousand people, the disciples asked. But Jesus accepted the boy's gift, a gift of the loaves and fishes. Then he blessed the bread, broke it, and gave it to the people to eat. And to everyone's great surprise, there was more than enough for everyone, and even some left over. Then Jesus explained to them that He has come into the world to feed them, that He is the bread of life. Later, Jesus' followers understood that He was getting them ready to receive their Holy Communion. I really like this story because what is so special about the gift of the loaves and fishes is that it was all the little boy had, all that he had to live on, and so it was really a gift of himself. That is why Jesus could take the boy's gift and bless it and feed the others, because that little boy helped Jesus explain to people that God wanted to give us Himself. He wanted to give us His life so that we can be like God and live forever. And that is why God sent Jesus into the world, so that He could be the bread of life for us. Boys and girls, when I think of that story, I think of each one of you. You each have the chance to help Jesus tell people that He came into this world to give us Himself in Holy Communion. How can you help Jesus? Well, like that little boy, instead of thinking that you have so little to give others, I want you to think about what you have to give. Things like praying when you get up or when you go to bed, praying for your family, for the sick, for doctors and nurses helping people, for your classmates, your teachers, your pastor, and your parish. Or you could do the small acts of kindness to others, such as helping your parents around the house, or by getting into the practice of saying words like, "Thank you," "I'm sorry," or "I forgive you." These may seem like small things, but when you give them to Jesus, He understands that you are giving yourself to Him, and He takes this gift, blesses, and feeds people with it, reminding them that just as you give yourself to others, so He came into this world to give Himself to us. You are helping Jesus be the bread of life for the world. You are not only preparing for your first Holy Communion, but you are helping everyone understand what Holy Communion means. Remember this: when Jesus gives us Himself in Holy Communion, He also gives us the power to give ourselves to others. That is what Holy Communion is all about. Jesus giving us Himself so that we can do the same, so that we can live like God and give ourselves to others. There is no greater joy in life than to give our lives to others. Your parents know that. For every day, they are making a gift of their lives to you. They can teach you a lot about the Eucharist and what it means, because they live it every day. Boys and girls, thank you very much for paying attention. I want you to know that I will be praying for you as you keep preparing for your first Holy Communion. And I will ask God to help prepare you for the day when we can all return to church and receive the Eucharist again. And please say a prayer for me.